It's girly power. It's the coach. This is the 2020 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Stafford. He completes it to Jones.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's taken in by Henderson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Time for a look at the defensive starters now for the Rams. They played really well in the win last week over the Redskins.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
That was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now it's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stafford looks to throw again. Jones has it, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Gurley with a carry on 1st down. He'll
great strength, just coming into his own.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Time to roll through the starters defensively for Detroit. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown.
Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. For that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. faking to give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Ebukam. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 18 carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Goff now to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him,
rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now it's Goff. And the pressure gets to him again. David Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And Detroit getting set to go now.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 32 on the play. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Stafford, screen play, Johnson. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Pitch complete to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
On 2nd and 9, Goff, and he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On first down, it's Gurley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they're going to speed things up here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 50, it's gone. They'll find Everett there, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Cut! 180! I know he ain't got it. 34's enough.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Check 24. Check 24. Check. What? 20.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Runs over it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, gone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Try to get it to Woods. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot before the break, Stafford. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field, and he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Hey, 76! 76!
On 2nd and 9, Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Looking for Woods that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Block 20. Listen.
Check it back.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
20.
I got him. That's mine. I got him. 51 the mic.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
61, matchbox lights.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Gurley again here on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2nd down, it's Henderson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Check him out. Check the call.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. They come out here in the I. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run. It's Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
180.
They'll run here with Henderson. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Darrell Henderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all polished off by Darrell Henderson's touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The throw over the middle, taken in. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards, a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
On first down, it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Set. Yellow 20.
59. Not today, you want. Not today.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Blitz coming and down he goes. Corey Littleton in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now Goff, escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
In your face.
Henderson will try and run for the 1st. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So it's quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, they run with Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the toss, it's Gurley. Good move, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with two hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Lions on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Johnson. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Stafford. That's taken in by Henderson. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10, Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Here's Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Hold on. Check. Tiger.
It's just me and you. Flash.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Rams on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Gurley. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rip left.
Throwing now, Goff. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for L.A., it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10.